Welcome back guys to this tutorial series. In the last application we built a very basic app, but we didn't talk about this class main activity or what an activity is in general. So we will talk about that in this video. So the activity class is a very crucial component of an Android app, and the way activities are launched and put together is a fundamental part of platform's application model. Like we have main method in programming languages such as C, C++, and Java, similar is the main activity class in Android development. So when we run our program, the first activity which fires up is main activity. This activity gets run first and it has few methods. We will see them. So let me so we can see that when these are the methods: on create, on start, on resume, on pause, on stop, and on destroy. So we will talk about them in detail. So talking of the on create method, this method is a must to implement. We must implement this callback method. So when our system fires up, this is the method which creates our activity. So our implementation inside onCreate method, it should initialize the essential components of our activity. For example, our app should create views and bind data to list here, or bind our objects with the layout which we have created. So initialization of important components is done here. Next we have on start. So as soon as on create method exists, we have on start. So what's inside the on start? The activity enters the started state in on start, and the activity becomes visible to the user. So you see, when we run our app, the activity is not visible immediately to the user. It takes few times, it does the binding and all things which we have written in on create method, and once the bindings and other things are done, then the activity becomes visible to the user. And once the activity becomes visible to the user, then those tasks which we need to perform, like final preparation and becoming interactive with users and responses, those things are put inside on start method. So one example of on start method would be like, suppose we have an application in which you have logged in with your Gmail account or any account. So when the activities on start method is run, so we check whether user has credentials stored in the device or not. If they have already logged in, then in on start method we load your profile. Otherwise you will be asked to enter your credentials to log in the app. The next method is on resume. So this system invokes this callback on resume just before the activity starts interacting with the user. So at this point, the activity is at the top of activity stack and it captures all user input. And also most of the app's core functionality is implemented in the on resume method. And the next method is on pause, and the on pause callback always follows on resume method. So this the system calls on pause is run when the activity loses focus and enters a paused state. So, and this state might occur when the user taps the back or recent buttons. Like you are browsing and you put the back button, so the activity is paused. Or you put the recent buttons, then also the activity is paused in the background. So when the system calls on pause for our activity, it technically what means? It means that our activity is still partially visible, but most often is an indication that user is leaving the activity. Like when you are pressing the recent button or back button, there is a 50-50 chance that user will return to the same app or user will exit the app. So an activity in pause state may continue to update the UI if the user is expecting the UI to update. So examples of such an activity include one showing a navigation map screen or a media player playing the content. So next one is on stop method. The system calls on stop when the activity is no longer visible to the user. And the scenarios in which this might happen is because the activity is being destroyed, a new activity is starting. So we will talk about how we can start a new activity from current activity. We will see that later. So the on-stop method is called when an activity is being destroyed or a new activity is starting or an existing activity is entering a resumed state and is covering the stopped activity. So in all of these cases, the stopped activity is no longer visible at all. And after the on stop callback, the next callback which system calls is either on restart if the activity is coming back to interact with the user, or by on destroy if this activity is completely terminating. So if you are resuming any activity, then on restart activity will be called, otherwise on destroy, and our application will be destroyed. So next is on destroy. The system invokes this callback before an activity is destroyed. This callback is the final one that the activity receives. On destroy is usually implemented to ensure that all of an activity's resources are released when the activity or the process containing it is destroyed. One thing to notice here is that these methods on create and on start, these two methods we generally implement in our application, but the on resume method, on pause, on stop and on destroy, these are the methods which are implicitly called by the Android system. We need not worry about implementing those methods. These methods are generally called by the system, but talking of whether we can implement them manually or not, yes, we can implement them, and we will see in further tutorials that how to implement them. So talking of like how should we launch the activity, how we choose which activity launches when our app is run. So we can choose that, or we can set that using from the manifest. So double click on manifest, and the Android manifest.xml file will be opened. So inside that, what we will focus on this activity tag. So the first attribute is here, this and activity name, which is .main activity, and here is the intent filter. So what is an intent filter? An intent filter decides what activity we should launch next, or which activity should be launched when the app fires up. So we can say that here is the activity name, the function name, android.intent.action main. It set the main, I set this activity as the main activity, and the category of this activity, the main activity is assigned the category of android.intent.category.launcher. So what this line means, it means that this main activity, it will be launched, it is the launcher activity of this application. So whenever we run our app, this activity will be launched. So we can set different type of attributes to our activity inside the manifest file. Also we can have user permissions inside the manifest file. So like suppose our app needed internet permission to operate, so how we will ask user? So we will click users permission, android.permission.internet, android.permission.internet, and close it. So by this line we ensure that our application has access to internet. Similarly, we can ask user for access of geographical location, Bluetooth, system storage, file storage, etc. etc. So this was it for this tutorial, and we will see in the next video how to move from one activity to another, how to build an app which supports multiple screens and all. So thank you for watching. If you like the tutorial, hit like, comment on your queries and subscribe. Thank you.